We are running out of time, but let's quickly solve one simple exercise. Suppose that currently the prices of the shares of Royal Dutch Shell, Barclays and Marks and Spencer are 100, 200 and 300 pounds respectively. Question 1. You have 1 million pounds. If you want to have the equally weighted portfolio of 1 million pounds worth, how many units of shares should you buy for each company? Well, equally weighted portfolio means that your portfolio weights are one third, and one third. So you should spend 1/3 million pounds on each of the stocks. 1 unit of stock of Royal Dutch Shell is 100 pounds. So if you spend 1/3 million pounds on Royal Dutch Shell, the number of units of Royal Dutch Shell's shares you have to buy is 1/3 million pounds divided by 100 pounds equal 3,333 units. 1 unit of stock of Barclays is 200 pounds. So if you divide 1/3 million pounds by 200 pounds, that's 1,666.5 units, and that's the number of units of stocks of Barclays you have to buy. Same thing can be said about Marks and Spencer. 1/3 million pounds divided by 300 pounds is equal to 1,111 units, and that's the units of Marks and Spencer's shares you have to buy. Question 2. You have 1 million pounds. If you want to have the price-weighted portfolio of 1 million pounds worth, how many units of shares should you buy for each company? Because the prices are 100, 200 and 300 pounds, the portfolio weight should be equal to 1 to 2 to 3. That is 1/6, 2/6 and 3/6. That is in decimal numbers 0.1666 for Royal Dutch Shell, 0.3333 for Barclays and 0.5 for Marks and Spencer. So you should spend, for example, 0.1666 million pounds on Royal Dutch Shell. Once you know how much you should spend on Royal Dutch Shell, then you just divide that amount by the price of 1 unit of the share, 100 pounds, and you know how many units you should buy. In this case, 1,666.6 units of Royal Dutch Shell's shares. If you do the same computation, you will see that you should also buy the same number of units of Barclays shares and Marks and Spencer's shares. That is not a coincidence. Remember, for the price-weighted portfolio, you have to buy the same number of shares for each company. If you buy 1 unit of each of the companies, you have the price-weighted portfolio. That was one point of the previous slide. Question 3. Suppose that the number of units of outstanding shares is 1.5 billion units for Royal Dutch Shell, 0.25 billion units for Barclays, and that's 0.03 billion units for Marks and Spencer. You have again 1 million pounds. If you want to have the market capitalization weighted portfolio, how many shares should you buy for each company? The market capitalization is the product of the number of units of the shares outstanding times the unit price. So the market capitalizations are 150 billion pounds for Royal Dutch Shell, 50 billion pounds for Barclays, and 9 billion pounds for Marks and Spencer. The portfolio weight should be 150 to 50 to 9. That's 150 over 209 50 over 209, and 9 over 209. In decimal numbers, the portfolio weight should be like these. So you should spend 0.7177 million pounds on Royal Dutch Shell, 0.2392 million pounds on Barclays, and so on. If you divide these amounts by the unit price, you know how many units you should buy. In this example, 7,177 units of Royal Dutch Shell's shares, 1,196 units for Barclays shares, and 143.6 units for Marks and Spencer's shares. Okay? Cool.